Hello friends, today I'm going to make naan. I show the recipe of nargisi kofta with meat, and now I'm going to make the naan. My oven at first is preheating at 500 degrees. I have a pizza stone as well. You want the oven very hot. I have over here 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of oil to make the dough. I have 1 teaspoon of active dry yeast dissolved in about 1/4 cup of water, and I'm going to add this little by little to my dough and let it rise. Also, I'm going to use 1.5 tablespoons of yogurt, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of sugar has been added. I'm going to knead this dough with the yeast. So I have over here about 3/4 cup of water and 1 teaspoon of yeast, and I'm going to add this to my bread. If you keep the yeast for some time, you see it becomes frothy like this. So you just knead the dough till it becomes nice and tender before we put it in. So I want to make my dough nice and soft, and I'm going to put it in a cheesecloth and cover it. The dough needs to be soft, and before I start making the naan, I'm going to wait about an hour before I put it in my hot oven or tandoor. Normally in the restaurants they have very hot. The dough has to be nice and soft like a pizza dough, as you can see. You can add flour if you desire to do so. You take all the dough from all over and just cover it with a cheesecloth to let it rise. I added about 1.5 tablespoons of yogurt, which was well beaten and thick. You can strain it in a cheesecloth or use Greek style yogurt as well. And now I'm going to knead this dough for at least 15-20 minutes till it gets nice and soft before I put a cheesecloth on it. So I added a little bit of baking powder, and I'm going to just roll this out with a rolling pin. My oven is preheating at 500 degrees. So to repeat the ingredients, it was 2 cups all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoon oil, 1 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon sugar, about 1.5 tablespoons of yogurt. There was yeast, a teaspoon of yeast dissolved in about 3/4 cup of water, and a pinch of baking powder was also used. The dough was resting for 1 hour, but you can keep it from 1 to 4 hours. You can drench it in some flour on the board. My oven is preheated to 500 degrees. Baking powder can be used just about a pinch, and you can, if guests are coming, you can apply a little bit of butter to baste it or some olive oil. The dough, as you can see, turns soft, and I put a cheesecloth on it and let it sit at room temperature from 1 to 4 hours. And now I'm going to put it in my oven. So you gently dust it with some flour, take a rolling pin. Now, like most of the recipes of pizza, the yeast of 1 teaspoon of yeast and 3/4 cup water should be lukewarm water so that the yeast can rise. And you can put garlic on this, garlic oil. You can take some garlic if you have some ready, and just you can put some olive oil. So this is how we roll it, around 5 or 6 inch diameter. In this manner, and then I sprayed some non-stick spray on my pizza stone, and I'm going to make this and just keep it on high heat for about 3 minutes till it puffs up. So the oven is preheating. Here I have my pizza stone. It's a very large pizza stone, and I'm going to put it in my oven at 500 degrees. They puff up for 3 minutes, and I'm going to serve this with nargisi kofta and some kali dal. Here you can see that the naan is puffing up. I just put some olive oil on it, and I'm going to let it be in there for 5 more minutes.